Starting live video. Okay, yeah, we go. There we go. In Facebook causing all sorts of problems this morning, crashing on me. It's because I upgraded my phone yesterday to the new software. Watch out if you are an Apple user. I'm a big Apple fan, but I've had nothing but freaking problems with the upgrade, but I'm sure they will get all that figured out. Okay, before we begin, we must take a moment to thank our sponsors, Caffeine. Delicious. Okay, I want to, what's up, John? What's up, Janelle? What is up? Conley, what's up? There's a lot of people there. What's up, everybody? Good morning. So today's session is all about goals, and then I have an announcement that I'm going to talk about later on, which is really cool and kind of dovetails really nicely into all the goal setting that we talk about, that I'm going to be talking about today. I want to kind of give you, I'm going to give you some broad strokes, then I'm going to drill down a little bit, and then I'm just going to kind of carry on until we get to the end. So goal setting for me is something that I like to do. I like to do it really much more on a what's up, Renee? On a broad scale, right? So I have done goals in a whole myriad of ways, right? The traditional method of doing goals is you write down, I want to make $200,000, or I want to make $2 million, or I want to make $10 million. Whatever the goal is, you write it down. Hang on. You write down what the goal is, and you kind of put it on the back of your, when I was a new agent, I put it on the back of my door, and Cindy and I, we kind of, every time we closed the deal, it was almost like one of those old church thermometers, right? You have a church thermometer for like getting collections, and then when you have a deal, you put it in, and then the thermometer goes up and up and up. So that's one type of goal setting. Now, I gotta be honest with you, I'm not a massive fan of that way of setting goals, and I'll tell you why. Because I feel that when our goals are purely monetary, right? If our goals are only financial, I think that number one, it's a little bit of a hollow goal for me. And number two, it kind of sets us up for disaster, right? What if we don't hit that quarterly number? What if we don't hit, I want to do $50,000 by the end of March, or I want to do $250,000 by the end of March, right? Third week of March is coming along, and you're nowhere near your goal, your financial goal, and the steam begins to come out of you, right? And you begin to feel a little bit kind of like, oh, well, I'm not going to hit this goal. You begin to drift, and then you think, screw it, I'm not going to hit the goal. So this whole year is a wash. So next up is the method that I like to use for goals. I just want to focus on the financial goal for a minute. There are other goals as well. I have mates in this industry who I really love, right? I really love them. And they are almost chained to their goals. They're chained to their goals. There's one individual in particular, I'm not going to mention his name, but he has a certain amount of deals that he wants to hit. He has kids. He works his ass off, right? There's nothing wrong with working hard. I'm a big fan of working hard. But he works from like 8 in the morning to 9 at night because he's got this goal. And he must hit this goal. He must hit this goal. He must hit this goal. And he's not seeing his kids grow up, right? I'm not saying we just stop work at 3 o'clock and go home and hang out with the kids. But for me, there has to be a blend. So, case in point is this. I had an agent sitting in my office about a week ago, a lovely young lady at PLG, and she was like, I want to have a goal for the new year. So there are things that are in our control, and there are things that are out of our control, right? All we can focus on is what's in our control. We cannot force the world to provide us with 20 deals a month, or 10 deals a month, or 5 deals a month, whatever the number is. But what we can control is what we put out into the world. Let me drill down on this a little bit. So this lovely young agent sat in front of me and she's like, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? And I said, the only thing that you are 1000% in charge of is the work that you put out. So I said to her, you need to be reaching out to at least 25 people a day. You need to be reaching out to your sphere at least 25 people a day. And if you hit 50 people a day through the DM, it can be, preferably people you know, kind of know, sort of know, might know, but when you run out of them, you DM other people through social media, right? If you're hitting 50 people a day, starting with the people that know, like, and trust you at first, if you do that for 3 months, that should be the goal. The goal should be 50 people a day, 5 days a week for 3 months. And then we assess what's going on. I see it done the other way, and it's really detrimental. I see agents killing themselves, right? They may do this 50 people a day, 50 contacts a day, and then after 2 months, there's no deals, and they've set up a goal of, in the first 3 months of 2018, I'm going to have 3 deals. Or in the first 3 months of 2018, I'm going to have 6 deals. Whatever it is. And then if you don't hit those goals, the steam comes out. I am a huge fan of, this is just my personal belief structure. The universe is going to put in front of me what the universe puts in front of me. All I can do is contribute work and great ethics and every ounce of energy I've got. The rest is not up to me, right? The rest is not up to me. I don't want to see people killing themselves and beating themselves up and thinking about themselves badly if they're not hitting monetary goals. I think it's a far healthier way to think, to go into any goal making with what you can control. Okay, I want to jump around a little bit right now. I want to jump around with this. So, case in point is this. Some of you guys know that I used to be in the music business. Some of you know that I used to be a record producer, a successful record producer, I guess. In the dance music arena, had a lot of hits. So, when I was 15, I was like, I want to be a record producer, right? It wasn't like I'm going to have a #1 by the time I'm 20. It was, I want to be a record producer and I'm going to do every single thing in my power to become a record producer in electronic music, right? So what I did was, I'm like, okay, what's in my power is this. I'm going to catch the Greyhound in England, which is called the National Express, and I'm going to search every dark little nook and cranny for me to find anything to do with recording studios and music. So I packed a bag, jumped on a bus, went to London, and didn't know a soul, ended up working in a clothing store. But while I was working in that clothing store, I figured out that I could go around all of the recording studios, make myself familiar, played in lots of bands, so I was able to speak their language. And eventually, I got in. Long story short is this. I had the goal, which was not monetary. It was a goal, right? I wanted to be a record producer. And ironically, I did have my first #1 before I was 20, right? But if I just focused on, I must have a hit record, I must have a hit record, I must have a hit record, I probably would have been beating myself up after a year. So let's talk about 2018. Let's talk about 2018. 2018 is going to be a phenomenally good year. Again, I work in real estate, although I dabble in lots of things. But I work in real estate and I love real estate. I love my company, PLG. And I think 2018 is going to be another glorious year. So what does this mean for our goals? I think the best goal somebody can have is, say, if you're reaching out to 20 people a day, up it to 40 a day. Here is the North Star, right? The North Star for me, and the North Star of people that I admire, ironically, is the North Star is always this. How can I be of maximum service to my clients, right? If I keep what I want as dead last, and I keep what my clients want as dead first, I will always be successful. Let's talk about that a little bit more. If somebody wants to look, I do real estate, so if somebody wants to look at a lease in Van Nuys, right? Van Nuys is like an interesting area in Los Angeles. You can read between the lines on that one. Somebody wants to do a lease. If I'm an agent and I'm trying to break into the business, somebody wants to look at a lease for a 1-bedroom place in the valley, right? If a lot of agents where I work in Beverly Hills will be like, I'm never going to show that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to waste my time. When I was a new agent, I went and showed people houses 150 miles away. As long as my license was valid, I took them and I saw the houses. And I put my heart and soul into it. And I put the client first. And I thought, what can I do? And I researched. And I almost treated them like family. I went above and beyond. A part of the reason was that's kind of the guy I am. But I also knew if I did this, I made myself completely and utterly invaluable to them. And what happened was, then people would refer me. They would refer me to other people time and time and time again. That's how I built my business. When I was starting as a real estate agent, selling freaking houses deep in the boonies, right, out in LA in the valley, and selling condos for $300,000, I knew in my mind I'm going to sell multi-million-dollar homes in the Hollywood Hills. I didn't know how I was going to get there, but I just had it in my heart that it was going to happen. I kept it focused in my mind, like Napoleon Hill refers to it as a white-hot obsession. I just kept it there. And I thought to myself, I'm going to get there through being of service. I was constantly of service to all my clients, day after day after day after day. Okay, I want to now talk a little bit about, I see people in all industries. Life is too freaking short to beat ourselves up, right? If you don't hit your goal and you've given it your best crack, then please, please, please do not beat yourself up. There are some great people that I admire that I've learned a lot from over the years. And one person in particular says, the journey is always better than the destination. I didn't know what that meant when I was a younger man, right? I didn't know what that meant. Now I know to my bones. The journey is better than the destination. Yes, I've got goals. We've all got goals. But if I can wake up every morning in LA, jump into a company that I love and adore, work with people that I love and adore, in an industry that I love and adore, I've already hit the jackpot, right? It's not like I'm grinding it out being a litigator. No offense against litigators. It's not like I'm grinding out in a job that I hate. I wake up every morning in a city that I love, in a job that I love, in a company that I love, with people that I love. The money is the bonus. And I keep that front and center. So I'm going to end with this. So a lot of you guys out there know that I'm very heavily into video, and I incorporated video into the real estate industry as I felt that nobody was really doing it. I had a goal, which was I wanted to bring brand awareness to my company through video, because my competitors and other companies, I don't really see anybody doing it. You know, maybe there are some, but certainly in the Los Angeles area, there's a lot of like nice videos and you know, glossy stuff, but there's no I don't really see culture. If it's there, forgive me, I just haven't seen it. So what I wanted to do with PLG was put culture out there, put our company culture out there, in an effort to bring brand awareness. Well, it succeeded, because since we started doing video, the company's grown to 3 times the size, and it's growing very rapidly. The byproduct of this is this: when I started doing the video, I had my gut, and my gut was saying, Pete, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep doing video, because this is it. And that little voice, which I've trusted all my life, said, keep doing video. And then my head was saying, Pete, you've done 50 videos, you've got 50 followers. What is the freaking point? You need to start putting money into other stuff. Stop wasting your time on video. It's consuming all of your time. But that little voice said, keep going, keep going, keep going, because you're finding, as Gary says, the white space in an area that nobody else is doing. Certainly in real estate, or very few are doing. You know, there's a few out there, you know, whoops, phone slipped. My mate Jesse up in Canada is one of the reasons why I actually got into video, and he's watching this morning. What's up, Jesse? So here is the announcement. Because of all the effort that I've put into video, and I was not looking for this result, I have just been hired to be a host on a major network for a major show. Now, what does that mean? That means that's going to bring brand awareness through the roof, and it's going to expose my company on a global level. So that is the announcement. The announcement was I jumped into video with 2 boots, not really knowing what I was doing. I just really freaking went for it. My gut said it was the right thing, Pete. It's the right thing. It's the right thing. It's the right thing. It's the right thing. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Boom! I got swooped down upon by a major network and got hired. So what about that? That's freaking unbelievable. And I'm going to be starting the show, filming the show next week. So I will be posting all sorts of stuff about it. I'm not really allowed to talk about too much about it, but it's a marvelous byproduct. That's the big announcement. I am like so pumped. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Be kind to yourselves. Go easy on yourselves. Work hard, work hard, work hard. Kiss your kids, kiss your wife, kiss your husband, kiss your mum, kiss your dad. Overeat. Give yourself a break. Put on a movie. We live in America. It's the best country on the planet, right? If you're going to be down on your luck, I'd rather be down on my luck in the United States than in somewhere like, you know, Mogadishu. So that's it, guys. I'm going to be back again next week, I hope. I'll be on location next week, so hopefully I can squeeze one in. If not, I'll record one. I appreciate your support. I love seeing you all. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving week. God bless, and I'll see you all later. Bye.